is my only saving grace, because right now I'm still being extorted for money, racketeering. My kids are, I don't have a parenting plan and whatever. The lawyers are basically using propaganda to deny the judicial misconduct that has been going on ever since the perjury by contradictory statements, which is written in the state legislature, which is a felony, ordered by the judge that didn't even read the document. So this is what's going on. And when
Agreed.
you realize that you are dealing with people that are committing crimes against children and families, it's a domestic terror organization benefiting people that don't read documents and don't have good jobs because they can't read. They're not intelligent.
Have you ever had a chance to go to the state attorney's office in that county?
I haven't been down. I've only talked to him on the phone.
I think you should take your evidence to the state attorney's office and explain to them very calmly, very succinctly, and very factually, with no emotions whatsoever. When I say no emotions, like you're talking to us, I agree, you're expressing yourself, but when you get to say, you can't do that. You have to be, listen, this is what happened. A happened, B happened, C happened, and then when C happened, C1 and C2 and C3 happened. And I believe these are, can you tell me if this is a violation of law? Because I thought that this chapter 817 was against the law. Can you verify this and let them tell you? Don't tell them it's against the law. You know it's against the law, but ask the questions to them so that you give them the authority to be smarter than you and everybody else and tell you that it's against the law. So you have to sort of manipulate them to an extent. And then you lay it out in a very professional way to them, and then they'll tell you what they're going to do with that. So that's what they do.
I get that the whole court thing it's just an illusion of court. You know what I mean? It's about power. It's not about justice. It's about power.
The courtroom is a theater, right? But I'm saying that you should go to the state attorney so that if what has happened is not really a crime against you, it's a crime against the people of the state. So if that's the case, then the state attorney should be able to pick it up and help you solve that problem. So if you bring your evidence to them in such a succinct way, then if they see that, a court has happened, a violation of law has happened, then they'll pick it up and pursue it.
I think the cautionary factor is the fact that I hear all of these stories and they're all going on. And, when you realize that there is no justice, there is no law, because these people practice fear and they throw this out, right? I mean, how sick is it? This country is so sick that it teaches its own citizens to commit domestic abuse and blame everyone else. I mean, this country is sick.
Well, the thing about it, we can't.
That's me. Okay.
Yeah, we can't hyperbole about the country and all that stuff, because that'll get us nowhere. We're here talking philosophical all night long and getting nowhere. I'm trying to give you some information to take you step by step to make a difference in your case, like I made a difference in mine, and where my case made a difference in all of your cases. I didn't just complain and hyperbole with this and get mad at the world and the country and the state. And I specifically sought out what the problem is and what 2 or 3 things I had to do in a row to solve it. Just like the Big Mac, 2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, pickles, cheese, onions, and a sesame seed bun. It's the same thing over and over again. You just have to know the ingredients. So if you find out the ingredients to make something into something, then you follow that step. If you alter it, then you're making something else.
Right. I just need to be around the right people, but I don't find that there's a lot of them around here.
You're around us. You're around here every Tuesday.
I mean, in my area, and I also want to say, Juan Carlos, I'm familiar with Dunedin. We should get together sometime, because I live in Port Richey and I used to work in Largo. I'm a registered nurse. And like I said, all the people that I've witnessed here, I've never met so many criminals in my entire life. That's it.
Derek, real fast, I just want to let you know that unfortunately, you are mentioning something, and I just want to validate you for a minute. As long as, first of all, when we have everyone in the state and then you go to a state attorney general, you run that risk of some attorney generals are great. And then some attorney generals don't want to cross lines or anything along those lines. This is why and especially because our federal government does have to interject, because let's be honest, we have a divorce rate where 1 in 2 are going 50-50. A marriage will work or it won't. And the notion of our federal government now saying, they don't want to get involved is a problem, because if you have to rely on your state and your state agency, which, let's face it, while we do have three branches of government, all of them still bear the seal of our states. We need to be able to go to a higher authority to interject and to be able to say, no, you do not get to treat this person that way. You do not get to usurp parental rights. So I just want to let you know and validate that you are right. But what Dr. Bernard and somebody else on this phone line is saying, yes, you have to play the game the way it is now, but I just want to take a second to just validate how you feel. There is a huge conflict when there is no appeals process, at least not in Massachusetts, where it's anything meaningful. When you appeal and you get the same judge, who cares? You're trying to tell somebody to change their mind, essentially, in the divorce court, that is. So I'm just letting you know this, that it is a rough situation, but that all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, onions, and on a special sea bud, that's what you need right now. But you need to make sure you do have the temperament to at least survive for the day. Survive today, so that way you can get to tomorrow to fight another.
There you go.
And thank you for that. I just want to mention one more thing, just because I don't try to talk too much. Usually I have my kids with me and stuff. And that's another thing. I am the primary caregiver. No, what no one is saying is I was the primary caregiver up until the false accusations because I had a history of cancer. My cancer history is being used against me as a mental health history because I lost my arm. They give me medications for the cancer and the pain, and that's being used against me, which is malice, right? And I have an autistic son that was diagnosed at Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital, where that lady the other year, taking care of Maya, she was given her daughter ketamine. Well, who is taking ketamine for their cancer pain that hasn't had an opportunity to have any cancer pain relief in almost 3 years? This whole thing is a joke. I've never met, like I said, so many criminals. And you're right. I do have the temperament because I am a medical professional. I'm telling you guys because you understand. But I'm just letting you know that the whole system is a joke, and they're using the family court lawyers to promote propaganda against children and families. It's called lawfare. We already know this, right? But I understand what you're saying, Mr. Reed and Dr. Jennings. You have to have the right temperament. I have that temperament, all right? I have that patience because I have to. And my children depend on me. I have a 10 and a 6-year-old. My youngest has
You're better than
autism. My youngest has autism. And when I have him, I can't concentrate on anything else because I have to keep him in line. He loves to create drama and chaos and break things and stuff. And see, I've had to be very silent on the nights that I want to speak with you gentlemen all the time because I can't talk with him there. I'm afraid he's going to just be so loud and I won't get the point across.
Right.
And again, I thank you for listening. I plan on being here for a long time. And like I said, if anything happens to me, you gentlemen know that this place in Pasco County is full and ripe of corruption and the good old boys club. These people are sick and disgusting. And I'm going to say it.
The west coast over there by Hillsborough County, right?
It's northwest of Hillsborough. It's worse.
Yeah. And we're bucking on 25 minutes after, and I want to give